effective because I have used a range of differentiation strategies linked to levelling. Pupils with a lower level, for example level 4, are given green, where harder levels, level 6, are used red.
I think it's important to make a safe environment, a place where students aren't afraid to take risks. It's okay to fail, and it's all right to review your learning. And I think you need to also be warm and welcoming to the children and let them know that each of them are individual and important.
Hi, I'm Karen Bleakley, Deputy Head at Buile High School. I find my teaching very effective, outstanding and efficient for two reasons. The first reason is I know my pupils really well, I know their abilities, and I also know their academic ability. I also know the learning styles of each pupil, therefore I use kinesthetic, audio and visual to help teaching so that all pupils achieve their full potential. And finally, I think a major plus in effective teaching is having fantastic relationships with the children. Firm, fair, but having a very consistent approach. Thank you, bye!
Is that right? I think my teaching is effective because with the classes I teach, we have mutual respect. And if we don't get that, then I'll let them know. Well, they get downtime where they can chill out, if you like. It's a double lesson. This particular class, it's a double lesson. It's a long time for any youngster to concentrate for, so the lesson's split up and chunked, and we have a good downtime as well.
What I try to do to make an impact on my teaching, I try to be approachable, humorous, try and keep all my teaching relative and reflective on what's happening in today's society. Try and reflect what technology they use in school is what they would use outside of school, and all the projects we do down in technology are ones that they take home at the end of it. It's nothing that just goes in the bin.
Right, so how I create effective teaching environment is make my classroom very welcoming for the kids and always have different activities, so the environment changes like every 10 minutes to keep them engaged and keep them active.
My teaching is effective because I use targeted questioning to assess how the pupils are doing in terms of their progress.
My teaching is effective because I always use an interesting starter to hook the pupils into the lesson.
Teaching is effective and efficient because I have to plan a wide variety of activities, making sure you cater for the personal needs of the students in the class, and then it's about building up effective relationships and trying to maintain the motivation in the lesson.
Right. The reason why I think I managed to make progress on my teaching is because I spend a lot of time actually building relationships with the students, but also in that I try to make the resource they've got as interesting as possible, varying the tasks as much as I possibly can, so the students don't really get bored or fed up by doing the same things. I always actually look at trying to do a little bit of visual, a bit of auditory, and obviously kinesthetic, but also try to get out of my comfort zone. Otherwise I just teach how I learned in the past, or what's comfortable for me, but not what's right for the students. So by varying that, we tend to get a better response.
Teaching is effective because I'm passionate, energetic and enthusiastic.
The most effective part of teaching the LSU is we build up pupils' confidence and support them in various subjects, which helps these pupils to attend school.
My teaching is effective and efficient because I take a lot of time to plan for it and create really good relationships with my young people. We have mutual respect and work well together. I listen to their feedback and act on it, and I love teaching children.
My teaching is effective and efficient because I find new and creative ways of approaching tasks.
My teaching is effective and efficient because I use my intuition, and I do this by listening to what my pupils have to say.
You had a plenty money, 1922. You let other.
Hi, we're from Buile. I like maths because you can use the internet to access my maths.
I like art because we use a range of different techniques.
Hi, we're year 8 from Buile Hill.
And we like history because it's creative.
And we do a different thing each week.
Hi,
we're from Buile
Visual Arts College.
I like drama because you can express your feelings and how you feel, and the teacher gives you a good vibe before you start the lesson.
And I like music because you get to express yourself and show your passion within the piece of music that you produce.
I like art because you can add your own designs to it.
Hi, we're from Buile Visual Arts College.
I like art.
I like PE because they teach us skills that we can use.
Because I want to be a fashion designer.
Because I want to be a footballer.
Hi, welcome to Buile Hill. I like Harry because the teacher makes the lessons interesting.
Let other women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do?
Hi, I'm Miss Watts, and in today's lesson we changed the classroom into a courtroom layout. We gave the pupils different roles, and this was to develop assessment for learning. Wait, give him a moment. Now. Order the courtroom. Thank you. That means you're quiet. Right, we have next in Leo's courtroom now. We've got Chloe's work. Now, one thing I'd like to point out before we start thinking about... Thank you. Stop writing. Your eyes should be on the courtroom, thanks. Before we start thinking about Chloe's work, I'd just like to point out, Matthew, that we're not marking her on how finished it is. Obviously, effort. Did you miss the lesson, Chloe? Yeah, so let's not think about how finished it is, but let's think about how quality the parts that she's done. So what I don't want to hear on both sides is it's not finished, because we know she's missed a lesson behind. So let's not mention that. Let's think about judging her on what she's actually achieved. So I'm going to pass it down this row again. Remember to use the board to help you. So if you're struggling for things to say, we've got the success steps up there that you can choose from. Dane, I'd like you to lead this team, so I'd like you to go first when we come on to say it, please. Have a think. Why should Chloe, what she's done, not how finished it is, but why should she get a good grade for what she's done? Have something in your head, please. I'm going to go pass it. Chloe. So I'm going to go pass it to the against team, which Jared's leading again for me, if that's okay.
Get back in this classroom. Get back in this classroom.
And on to Tyler. Last one. Shall we? I mean, is it not fair always starting with the foreside, is it? Right, he's having a good examine there, isn't it? Right, we'll start off with the against team then. So, jury, remember we've got 2 on a 4B. You need to be thinking, don't judge her on how finished it is. Let's go for this. Right, Jared starts off. Why should hers be lower than the 2 on there? Remember you're saying against.
Yeah, because she's sticking out. She's got like
Which bit do you mean?
Like she's done there.
Oh, so it's got creases.
Yeah, it's got creases on it, and she's not proper folded it like. Put it down.
Right. So our first against team said there's creases in the tape. Joanna, what would you like to say about it? Right, so we're missing that gap there, yeah? And Tyler?
The top bit where that flat bit is. That's sticking out.
Good. Ooh, look how closely we're examining these guys. It's just brilliant. It is, so that's a bit nice. How could she get rid of that, them bits? It's just as simple as that, isn't it? Well done for pointing that out today. Right. Dane, you're hosting my 14. What are we going to say? Why should she be just as good as them? What's she done well that deserves that mark?
She's like made the tape smaller, so it's more collaged.
Yeah, so she do small bits of tape. Well done, Charlotte.
Like a presentation.
Yes, it's neatly done, isn't it? What she's done is very neat. I agree.
The shoe size.
The shoe size is. What do you think about the shoe size? Well done. Right, jury, you've heard both verdicts. Remember, if you stand up, sorry, it's difficult having 2 tables there. You can see the 4 Bs that we're comparing them to. I'll hold them up briefly. You've got 10, 9, 8, this is the other one, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, hold them up when you're ready, 2, and 1. Right, hold up your voting cards, please. Let's start with Victoria. Read yours out. Use your tape, please. Judge Leo. Well done. Right.
Get out of here and get me some.
Hi, I'm Anne, and I've just been doing a very simple start with my Year 8X bottom band baking meat and potato pie. Let's start with some basic ingredients. We're going to start with potatoes. If they're dirty like that, do you think it's a good idea to wash them first or to peel them and wash them later? Wash them now. The problem is if you wash them now, what's going to happen to the potato? What's going to happen to the dirt? Yeah, it's going to come off everywhere. So even if your potatoes look like mine do today, what you're going to do You're going to hold the peeler in your hand and you're going to take off the skin of the potato. And some soil will come onto your potato, but you can wash those after. If you wash the potato first, the potato is going to be really, really wet, and all that soil is going to make it even worse. So do it even if it's a bit soily like mine. There we go. Why are we using a peeler?
Because if you use a knife, you can cut yourself.
Brilliant. Safety. Well done, Miles. 1 house point. Scott. Good boy, that's the other one. Look how thin, that's the blade on the bottom. Look how thin that piece of potato skin is. If I gave you a knife and said, right, peel a potato, first you might cut yourself, but secondly, the potato might end up tiny because you take off too much skin. So do your potatoes first and then wash it. So can you go and wash that for me, Wes, quick, before we move on. Once you've done your potatoes, do all your skills together, do your onion. Okay, these are going to make your eyes water. So do you remember, topping and tailing, pointing the knife in, sawing that way and sawing that way. Now, have I deliberately left the skin on, or have I forgotten to do that? Thanks, Wes. Have I deliberately left the skin on, or have I just made a mistake? I've left it on, haven't I? So we're forming, what grip's this? What are we doing?
Claw.
Yeah, well done, with the bridge of the claw grip. Into half, up comes your finger, and then put your finger in and take off the whole layer of that onion. And look, this onion is actually 2 onions inside. Take off that next layer, because look, it doesn't look very good. Put your onion back together again, and then do you remember we did onions back in year 7? You're going to go down the cutting board, but not all the way across. Turn it the other way, and you're going to slice and dice it. No fingers going in it, guys. Keep moving your fingers out of the way of the knife. Okay? You're going to use minced beef. Here it is. Which animal does minced beef come from? Pig. Do you think it comes from a pig?
Is it?
What do you think?
Cow.
Cow. We've got pig or cow. Which is it?
Cow.
Cow, yeah. Minced beef. It's a beef cow, isn't it? It's not a beef pig, is it? It comes from a cow. Minced beef is the cheapest form of mince that we can buy, because what they do, they'll take the mince from the animal meat and they put it through a big mincing machine, and out it will come. Looks like little wiggles like that. There's a lot of fat in minced beef. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to draw out the fat from the minced beef. Come on join us. And we're going to add the minced beef and the onion together. So you're going to have minced beef, you're going to have onion. Where's the wash my potato now? So let's go back again. And we're going to boil the potato. So the very first thing we're going to do, we're actually going to chop it up. And again, watch those fingers. And if we're going to chop it, and it's going to go into meat and potato pie, do you think it's going to be large or small chunks? Yeah, small chunks. Why, Wes? Yeah, you don't want big chunks in your pie. What about cooking speed? Which will cook quicker? Which would cook quicker? A big potato like that, or a little piece like that? Yeah, so it's time, isn't it, as well? So you've got your preparation done. You'll have meat, you'll have onion, you'll have potato. Your potato goes into your pan, you cover that with water, and you're going to boil that. Okay? Your minced beef and your onion is going to go into a wok. So remember, the wok is the one with the big sides. In that goes. And you're going to fry that one off. So you have 2 pans on the go. You have to multitask. 1 pan with potato and water, 1 pan with minced beef and onion. Once the minced beef is cooked, we'll add salt, pepper, gravy and your potatoes. So what's the first thing you're going to do when you go back to tables? What's the very first thing you're going to do? Wash your hands, do your hygiene. Well done, Scott. What's the next thing you're going to do?
Wash it. Peel the potato.
Jane, what did she say? No, she didn't. Because you turned around and spoke to Gareth. Tell me again what you said.
Cut the potato.
Good, good. You're going to do your potatoes first. You're not cutting your potatoes first, though, are you? You're going to peel your potatoes first. Is there anyone's got a sensible question they need to ask? We all clear what we're doing? Scott, you need to put your sleeves up for me, please. Okay. Let's get ourselves sorted. You've got your own ingredients. Get several.
Hi, I'm Miss Ward. So the video you're going to see now is a review activity we did with Year 7 to review the learning and build teamwork. Right, the first activity we're going to do, on your sheet you've got an A3 piece of paper and 2 question sheets. The questions are the questions on the board. Okay. What you've got to do, as your team, you've got to work together and communicate to answer the 12 questions. Okay? Each question has a different point value. So, if you just turn the sheet over, the colour's a bit wrong on the board. Green is only worth 1 point. Why will green questions only be worth 1 point? They're not as hard. Good adjective. Okay? Your orange-yellow questions, 2 points. What are they? So your medium level questions, and then you've got your reds that are 3 points, so they're your harder questions, okay? Your task, as a group, you need to communicate and work out your answers to those 12 questions. If you are struggling, you can come to the board at the front for help. The answers are on the back of those sheets on the board, so it's the board. But, if you use them, you will lose points. So if you decide to go, I don't know question 6, so I'm going to use the answer off the board. To get the answer, it's going to cost you 6 points. So you've got to decide whether you just give it a go yourself, or you lose some points and get some help. Lauren?
What if you have no points and you have to use one of them?
Well, you've got minus points, don't you?
Yeah, but miss, why would you want to use one of them answers when you're going to get points for it?
But if you picked a red answer, for example, you get 3 points for getting it right. But if you went up there to get it, you'd lose 6, wouldn't you? So it's easier just to have a go yourself and try and work it out as your team. We're going to peer mark it.
If we went up for question 12, would we get 12 points next one?
No.
No, it's red ones gets 3.
It's double the points it's worth. So if you take a green one, you lose 2 points. If you take an orange one, you lose 4. If you take a red one, you lose 6.
Yeah, but there's no point in that because...
That's the whole point.
So no one is going to...
Point is we have to do it for ourselves.
The point is, as a team, you work together and you communicate to come up with the right answer between you.
That's a bit of a waste of time putting them up, isn't it?
Well, so the group this morning decided actually they'd take one and they only just lost by 2 points.
So did they lose their 2 points?
They lost 4 points.
All down to miss?
Yeah.
So what would you get points deducted when you went... Oh, that's stupid.
Okay, so, yes.
Do you know in question 1, if you got an answer for that, would it just like -1?
No,
if you get it right, you get 3 points.
No, I mean like on there. If you like get the answer off there.
Yeah. Question 1, you lose 6 points. So you get 3 points for getting it. Yeah.
You should have it for each question. Like if you ask like question 1, you should get -1 and like.
Oh, so if you get it wrong,
so basically
No,
no, if you get the answer.
Right. So get in a huddle as your group. You have got 5 minutes. Yeah, turn it over. Boys, move to your group, please.
Shut up. Give an example of what transport you can take to London. Train. Bike.
You don't know, you don't have to do your a bus, train, and taxi is going to take to London.
You will? Yeah. An aeroplane. Train, plane, and bus. Why did it say London?
You know that one?
Stop it, don't tell us. He's in our group.
You're not communicating very well.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think, London? This answer, this heat round. Why are you thinking about transport options? What's one transport options then?
No, he's way put all the stuff on. What 3 places could you visit in London? The Gherkin.
Got 2 minutes!
London Eye.
Big Wheel.
Okay, that's the London. Okay, London Eye houses a car. Gherkin. The Big Red.
2 minutes!
Why would you want to get an answer when it's going to take points so long?
Missed anyone miss If you want to find some, there's 3 things. Miss, we're done.
1 minute!
We're done.
Double check your answers. You've got a minute to check. You've got it right.
Why don't you get an answer, Matthew?
Depends what it is. Go on then.
Should we do next week? Do you know what? Miss, we turn it off.
Yeah.
Is it like where you... I've done it. Miss, we turn it off.
Yes.
What? I don't know what...
What does it do? What did it do for you last week? Any team talking will lose points. Right. Charlie's team over there, can you write team 1 on the top of your sheet, please? Team 2, team 3, team 4. Okay. Yeah. Charlie's team, anyone talks to lose points. It's a point for every time someone talks. Okay. Charlie's team, pass your sheet to team 2. Team 2, pass your sheet to team 3. Team 3 to team 4. Team 4, pass your sheet to team 1. We're swapping to Mark. Sheet. No. Sheet. Alex, stand up. Right. We're going to go through this as a class. As I said, you talk while we're going through this and interrupt, you'll lose a point. And this is where points make prizes. Okay, first question. What is a spreadsheet? Does anyone know the answer? Ellie?
Which one?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Like a spreadsheet is like a budget, like that you how much money you spent and how much you've got left.
Okay. It is. What does it perform?
It's where you store information.
Not store information. Ellie's right. What did it do for you, Bernice?
Well, it like adds up all your money.
Okay, someone's talking. Why Bernice is talking? Good. As Bernice has just said, the actual official definition is a spreadsheet is a piece of software which is used to carry out calculations. So as Bernice said, it adds things up, or it takes things away, or it divides. Okay, question, if you got that right, they've said it performs calculations or it adds things up, they get 3 points. They've not talked about adding things up, they don't get anything. Okay, question 2. What is a search engine? This is 3 points, it's got to be spot on. Matthew?
It's where you search stuff on the internet, like Google.
Good. Okay, so the actual proper definition, a search engine is a database on the World Wide Web that helps us to quickly and easily find web pages. So you need to mention that it searches on the internet for information or pages to get the 3 points. Okay, question 3, this is an easy one. Give 3 examples of transport that you could take to London. This one group who keeps on putting the hand up. Brandon? Plane? Coach? Bus? What else could you take, Jodie? Car? What else? Train? Good. As long as they've got 3 of them, they get the point. Yes, sweet.
On question 2, they wrote what you type in the Google bar.
No.
Can you go on a bike?
Not really till London. Okay, number 4. Shh. That group's about to lose points. 4. What must you consider when booking your... How do you judge if a website is reliable? Charlie, give me one word.
Check on more websites, check on more
Check on more than one website, Brandon.
If it's got contact info.
Yes, if it's got contact info, good. Matthew?
Check the other parts and
check with your antivirus. Ellie?
if you've got a lot of information about telling you about the place where you're going.
If you've got a lot of information, you could also... Beneath which place. You could also check the date it was updated. Right. Can each group now add up the team sheet they've got? So how many points they've got for each question? Give them a total at the bottom. And then we're going to work out who the winner is. Once you've added the sheet up, pass it back to the team. You didn't ask me about that. You asked me about spreadsheets. Has everyone got their sheet back? Right. Team 1. How many points did you get?
21.
21. Team 2. 18. Oh, Team 1's in the lead. Team 3. 24. Can Team 4 beat Team 3? How many did you get?
11. We got 6 there.
We got 6.
We got 6 because they had to take 2 points away. Oh yeah, you took 2 points away from it.
So they got 6. Right, if they got, say they got 11, they only actually got 9 because we took 2 off him. So, I'll check them after Alice. I will check it. Right. So, we have Team 3 that are the winners. Can you all return back to your place, please? We're going to move on with the lesson.
Okay, I've just done a Year 7 history revision lesson and the activity you saw was a think, pair, share, which which is useful for getting students to communicate effectively with each other, and it's really good to either start a topic where you want them to do some thinking, or to finish a topic when you want them to review what they've learned. To know the meaning of these history words, you need to be able to use them for the test. Okay? So, third skill. Explain the causes of an event. That's the why something happens. Sally? This way, please, thank you. So explain the causes of an event and give a conclusion which says you think was the most important cause of an event. Okay? So, we're going to do a think, pair, share now. You recording this?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to edit that out then.
Yeah.
So, think, pair, share. On your own, completely, 30 seconds. This is the why question that we're going to do. Zach, don't want to look at the back of your head, thank you. Why did William win the Battle of Hastings? No talking, back of your book, come up with a list, try and get at least 5, and then we're going to do some pairing and sharing, okay? Off you go. Shh, look, stop. That shouldn't spark talk, that should spark you, on your own, 30 seconds. Okay, off you go. Why did William win the Battle of Hastings? Okay, talk about any tables now. See if you can add to your list.
William's name was on
Gemma, don't forget. Yeah, work together. Come on then, we should be working together still. Luke, are you sharing with those, yeah? Harold what? The one that made mistakes? Yeah.
He was very strategic.
Okay, you've got a minute now. Go around the room, see if you can get some ideas of other people. Extra challenge. Who can come up with 2 categories? Harold's mistakes, William's skill. Harold's mistakes, William's skill. Yeah? You guys can extend yourself by doing that. Yeah? Harold's mistakes, William's skill. Can you extend yourself by presentation and get some more ideas? Good lad, Des. Go and get some more ideas. Right, you guys can be helping him out. Yeah? Right, Longbows, you've just coached him then. He said, ladies, bow and arrow, you coached him by saying use the longbow. Say that again. Harold got killed. Yeah? Oh yeah, you could have that. That was. Well, that wasn't really part of that battle, was it?
Oh yeah, there's bowls.
All right, guys. One. All right. So, to get to the higher level, you've got to categorise these examples. Yeah? So we categorise them. So you've got your lists. To get to the higher level, we've got to categorise. Excellent working together there. Let's start off by thinking about William's skill. Yeah, rather than just blurting out a load of ideas, let's think about William's skill. Hands down, there's no need for hands up. No need for hands up. I'm going to come to you though, Sally, at some point, but I'm going to start with Zach.
His bow and arrow thing.
Bow and arrow thing. Can you be a bit more specific, please? What sort of bow and arrow was it? You can ask it. Yeah, go on.
Was it a longbow?
It was a longbow. You know it was because you were coaching them over here as well. Okay, a longbow. So let's take that a little bit further because we'd have to explain it. Bethany, what was so good about the longbow?
Is it that it went further?
It went further, yeah. You could have that. Luke, can you answer that? It went further. What was also good about the longbow?
It was faster firing.
Can anyone remember a fact? I'll have hands up on this one. Go on.
30 seconds to do. No, 30 arrows in a minute.
Brilliant. Well done. You corrected yourself there as well. 30 arrows in a minute. So, he organises longbowmen, 30 arrows in a minute. Okay, good. Yeah, go on. Then you can tell me how many arrows in 2 minutes? 60. Brilliant. How many in 5? How many in 5?
150.
150. Right, we'll leave it there. Okay, back to me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll have one more example of William's skill and then we'll have some Harold's mistakes. Nathan, we've not heard much from you. William's skill.
He was on horses, so it's harder to knock him off.
Okay, good. So they were on horses. It was harder to knock them off. Someone we've not heard much from. Des, are there any other advantages of being on a horse? It's hard to knock them off. Any other advantages?
They're fast.
They're fast. Brilliant. You just saved me from running around like an idiot then. Good. They're fast. Okay. Harold's mistakes. Hands down. Love your enthusiasm. Harold's mistakes. Sally, sorry. Go on, because I said I'd come back to you.
Can I say the horse thing?
The horse thing. Go on. What were you going to say about the horses?
I was going to say it's hard to shoot her.
Yes, brilliant. Great. You've just explained this point even further because they're fast. Right. Harold's mistakes. Put your hand down. It's just going to work. Thank you. Emily, have you got an example of a mistake made by Harold?
He killed him.
He was killed? Yeah, that's not good. That's definitely not good. It might not necessarily have been his fault, but I'll give you that one. Because from that point on, you know, the fact that he got himself in danger to be killed would be a mistake. So I like that. Let's bring some other people in. Aaron, you're daydreaming a little bit here. I know you weren't involved, but can you give me an example that you discussed with someone? Because you were here, were you?
So his enemies crossbows, and it took longer to unload than on the other.
Brilliant. Good lad. Well done. You've learned something by talking to others. They used crossbows that took ages. Gemma, can you just explain his point?
Like when they took crossbows in, it took longer to shoot them because it took longer to reload and aim for.
Brilliant. Good. Any other mistakes by Harold? Go on, Jamie.
That he'd already had a battle when he went to battle William.
He'd already had a battle when he went to battle William. And Ellie, what's the problem with that?
He didn't rest.
He didn't rest. So, Kelsey, what was wrong with his men?
He was tired.
He was tired. They were tired.
And somebody
Brilliant.
was dead.
Just going to give you 30 more seconds now. If you can, say about William's skill, write a paragraph on that. Zach? Say about Harold's mistakes, do a paragraph on that. You get to level 5. If you want to take it further, you need to do a conclusion where you explain which you think is the most important. So, with the person next to you, which is the most important in your opinion, reason why William won the Battle of Hastings. Alright, you've got to explain why. 30 seconds, off you go.
With my Year 10 class, we were looking at what makes a good persuasive talk. So we were recapping an example and looking at what was the good points and the bad points. And their objective was them to recap it so then that they could then use those features, the correct features, in their persuasive talk.
Look at the board. You've got post-it notes in pairs on your desk. As I'm reading out the beginning of this short persuasive speech, I want you to think about what has this person done well to persuade us and what could they have done better. So on the yellow post-it, you're going to put what they've done well, and then on the pink post-it, what could they have done better. So the speech is, everyone look at the board. Jack?
Yeah.
Look at the board. Firstly, we all know that whenever there are teenagers, trouble always seems to follow. Many of us have felt threatened by gangs roaming the streets with nothing to do, and some have suffered from their abusive verbal threats. In addition, the elderly are often made to feel prisoners in their own homes by these youths who show no respect for age. Petty vandalism and arson are also problems that are often caused by youngsters acting under cover of darkness. The clear solution to this problem is to introduce a curfew immediately and in all areas, preventing people under 16 from being on the streets after 9 p.m. at night. So, what are they, Cameron, trying to argue, persuade us?
People, teenagers being on the streets.
Yeah, so they're trying to persuade us that there shouldn't be teenagers on the street after 9 o'clock. So that's what they're trying to persuade us. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds now in your pairs. I want you to list reasons why that's good persuasion, reasons why it could be better. So 30 seconds now, I'm going to ask the people reasons. Right then, time's up. So, let's listen. So, what I asked you to do then was to think about, on the yellow post-it, what have they done well in that short paragraph? So, how would they try to persuade us to agree with having this curfew? So, middle table, what did we get? What did they do? We put in your yellow post-it.
Point of view.
Yeah, so they made their point of view really clear. So when you are doing your speech, you need to make your point of view really clear. So that's one thing they've done well. Another thing they've done well?
The argument, giving emotive language in it as well.
Excellent. So they've used a lot of emotive language to help them prove their argument. So they've made us feel sorry for who?
The elderly.
The elderly people.
Descriptive
Yeah.
writing.
Descriptive, yeah. So they use lots of descriptive and emotive adjectives in there when they're describing how they're terrorising these older people. Girls at the front, have we got anything on the yellow?
Give information about that thing.
Yeah, so they give information. So it's not just about when we're arguing our point of view, boys, about giving your opinion. You have to give information as well. So you have to set the scene. So at the beginning, they set the scenario, what the problem was. Right, so on the pink one, we had to put reasons why it could have been a bit better. So what do you think the main way they could have made that a bit better? Use more forest features. So they didn't really use many statistics or rhetorical questions, etc. So I think the main issue is they maybe could have used a few more forest features. Anyone got anything else in the pink card, or was that the main one? Anything else? No? Right then, so as a consolidation now, what I want you to do, so you've seen that example. What I want you to do, in your pairs again, I want you to write 30 words, so it's only very short, 3 or 4 lines, paragraph that persuades the public that there is no need to give people under the age of 16 a curfew. So you're under 16. Why do you think it's a bad idea to impose this curfew? So you have got a few minutes, that's all, just a few minutes to write me 30 words persuading me that's a bad idea. Time starts now. So think about fairness. Remember we did about the mobile phones and you were saying that it's unfair to punish everybody because of a few?
Because who's your Jack?
So I've got 30 seconds left.
What did you have in your Be treated fairly.
Then is to see in your 30 words, have you been able to use some of the features that we discussed and some of the things that we discussed. So Sophie, so let's listen. I want you to think about, boys, let's listen. Right, I want you to think about when I read a few of them out, or when you read them out, what have they done well? Have they listened to the advice from the start? So this one says, why give us all a curfew for people that are under 16? Not all of us cause trouble, so it is grossly unfair to do it to all of us because of a few people that cause trouble. So what's Sophie done well there? To make that.
Got a point of view on.
She's got a point of view across. What else has she done? This table.
She told she disagrees with it.
Yeah, so we know what she thinks. So what?
Opinion.
Pardon?
Third opinion.
Her opinion, yeah. So she's clearly, strongly got her opinion across. What about the word grossly unfair? What she used there? Yeah, so she's used adjective, descriptive, right, and effectively. What does she start her talk with?
Rhetorical question.
Rhetorical question. And that's a good technique to use to get people thinking about what you're going to say. Blaine, can you read yours out, please?
One of the main reasons that stand out is it is not fair to punish everybody when it is only some bystanders that cause trouble. Do you really want to see your son or daughter stuck inside that whole board?
Excellent. So what has Blaine ended with? Yeah, so again, when you're starting off to write your persuasive speech, which some of you have done this, always try and start off somewhere in that first paragraph with a rhetorical question to get the audience thinking about what you're going to say. And again, good use of is try to vary his vocabulary. Right, last one. Jack, can you read yours out?
The reason teenagers under the age of 16 shouldn't have a curfew is because we live in a democracy and are old enough to have our own freedom. This isn't fair.
Right, so what's he done right at the end there? He's used a short what?
Sentence.
Short sentence. So he's left us with a short, snappy point of view. So we remember that because it's short and we can remember it. What else has he used well there? Yeah, so again, a motive saying it's unfair. And what else has he drawn on? He's gave what? Not just opinions, he's gave facts and examples. He's talked about we live in a democracy. That is a fact we do. So he's used a fact to try and persuade us of his point of view. Yeah? So what we need to make sure we are doing today then when we do our speeches is that we are remembering, which some of you are but some of you forget, to use these persuasive language devices. Yeah? Anyone got any questions? Or anything else they want to add? Right then, so we can get on with our work now then.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Lomas. I teach ICT and I was looking into differentiating questioning within with the pupils. 3, 2, 1. I want everyone looking this way. Just look this way, please. Hello. I see your lovely little faces. And over there, look this way, please. Right, okay. Now, what I've just handed out to you is your starter activity. There's one a little easier, one a little harder, and then if you want to challenge yourself and you think you've got the brains of Britain today, all I do is have a go at that. So, don't all just go for the easiest one. If you think I could do that with my eyes closed, don't bother. Go for the amber. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to pick which one you want, and then we're going to feed back. So, right, get on with it. Pick which one you want to do.
God.
Excellent. Challenge yourself there. Fantastic. Okay. Girls, just getting on with your starter activity. Okay, excellent. Brilliant. I'm glad everyone's gone for the green, but if you feel most comfortable with the green, that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about the spelling of some of them. We can go over that later once we've got them down.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Do you know, on the red block, could you put like, what you need to remember?
Yeah, what you need to remember. Yeah? So what to pack, do you mean? Yeah, wonderful. Right, I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds because you've absolutely thrown through this. I'm dead impressed.
And I finished it.
How we get to 1, well, you all looking this way, so I see all your beautiful faces. So, 5, well done to those people looking this way, paying attention, pens down, drop your pen. Boop. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent, okay. While the other people are feeding back now, we need to make sure we're nice and respectful and we're quiet and we actually listen to what everybody else has got to say. So, those people that did green, don't be shy, stand up for me please. That have done green, could you stand up for me please? Fantastic, right, give me a landmark you go and see in London. Buckingham Palace, wonderful, yeah. The London Eye.
London Bridge.
London Bridge. Big Ben, and finally one more in London. One more.
Buckingham Palace.
We've had Buckingham Palace, I'm trying to help them out.
Wembley Stadium.
Wembley Stadium, lovely, yeah, you might well go and see that. Okay, excellent.
Parliament.
Sit down, Kyla. Okay, right. Those people who did the amber task and tried to challenge themselves slightly, do you stand up for me, please? Well done. Right, okay. So the amber task was 2. What London landmarks would you visit and why? So, what would you visit?
I'd probably visit the big wheel because I would like to see London from bird's eye view.
Ooh, what an absolutely fantastic answer that was. Okay?
I'd like to go Wembley because I like football.
Yeah, why not? If you enjoy football, of course you're going to go there. Okay, and I'll go for one more person. Go on.
London to get a good view.
Say that again.
London to get a good view.
Get a good view. Anything other than London Eye when we've got something different.
Buckingham Palace because I would want to see the Queen.
Yeah. Right, brilliant. Sit down. Okay, who challenged themselves and went for red? Go on, Kaleem, up you get. You did as well. So, the red task, a little bit more difficult. It said, if you were organising a trip to London, which is what we've been doing, what types of things would you consider other than just sightseeing? Okay? So, why is it, and also explain why it's important. So, go on, what else is important?
You need to remember the tickets and
Your tickets, why is it important to?
because if you don't have your ticket or you forgot to book where to stay, then you could be like homeless for the night.
Yeah, you wouldn't have anywhere to stay, would you? You'd be very cold. Okay, go on. Kaleem is over to you in a minute.
I will go on the big wheel because I like big wheels and I'll probably go and check out the... No, I'll go on the big wheel because I like big wheels and I'll check out Big Ben because they've got a massive park and I'll go drive over the bridge.
Love it. That's part of the amber task, but I've still got that you contributed to the lesson. Excellent. Kaleem, what have you wrote for the red one?
I wrote, you would need to get you would need to book a coach or a train, and you would need to get a camera so you'll be able to be going sightseeing at least.
Excellent. So you thought about there how we're actually going to get down there. It's all well and good saying, yeah, we'll see this, this and this, but how we're going to get down there. What else do we need to consider? Anybody else? What else do we need to consider? Money and where we're sleeping. Hotel accommodation. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic.
Hi, I'm Mrs Sutcliffe. If you've seen the clip, you caught me teaching my Year 10 students who were about to have a test, and we were doing a GCSE sort of revision prep and getting the students to basically remind them of the stuff that they've learned. And then after that, about 10 to 20 minutes, they went on to do the test. Third of the class can remember the area of a circle. That came up on one of the questions in your test, because you had to work out the area of a circle or perimeter.
How do you do that?
And exactly how do you do that, because it's a special formula. Now, I want somebody to share what they've written on their posters. Who's going to go first?
Circles around.
Go on then, Chloe. Chloe and Ria. Go on.
The circles around. Shape of a pizza.
Alright, that's fine. Anything else? Let her finish. Go on.
That pie thing.
The pie thing, what do you mean?
Equals 3.4.
Okay, Kyle at the back, did you hear that? point you're not listening. It's not just about listening to me, it's about listening to each other. And what Chloe just said was quite interesting. We'll say that again, Chloe.
Pi 3.14.
3.14, do we agree?
How did you know that? She didn't know that. I didn't know.
Did you know that? Okay, what would you use pi for
I
then?
don't know what pi is.
Who can explain? Who might?
Pi doesn't mean.
Sorry?
I don't know pi means. Yeah, maybe potato pie.
Alright, okay. Does anybody know why it's called pi?
Did you have to split it up? Pi.
Do we all recognise the symbol that looks like that? Yeah? It's nothing to do with meat and potato pie. It's a symbol, and it's because Pythagoras discovered it all those 3,500 years ago, and obviously it's just shortened. We recognise that on the calculator, and we recognise it as pi. And 2 decimal places, you're spot on. It's 3.14. Actually, I have a Year 9 student who can recognise pi to, I think it's 10 decimal places.
Who's that?
Paige Haywood.
Right, I'm going to learn.
So when you at see her at break time, ask her today. Yes, fine.
She lives around the corner.
Did you went miss then? Oh, go on.
It's 360 degrees.
Oh, right, it's 360 degrees. What do you mean about it being 360 degrees?
In a circle, it's 360 degrees.
Ah, okay. So a full circle is 360 degrees. Anything else that you've got on your list?
Radio.
Okay, what was the radius? If you were to draw on your poster now, everybody draw a circle, and I want everybody to draw a radius.
Isn't that the line that goes through the middle?
Ooh, it does go through the middle.
Horizontally. Oh.
Have a look around what people drawing.
What is that?
Okay? Right, Kyle, can you just show your poster to everybody? He's drawn, and now he's just changed it. Okay, show your poster to everybody. What has Kyle drawn?
So that's the diameter.
The diameter. What is the radius looking like? Half of it. Show yours, Faheen, to everybody. Show it to everybody. The radius is half of it. Now, how do we use the radius to work out the area of a circle?
Times that by 3.14.
Just radius?
Squared.
Squared. Excellent.
What did you say?
So what did you say, Kai? Tell her.
Squared.
What do you square?
Radius.
The radius.
So,
So,
would you like, say if that was 5, so 5 squared times 3.14.
we'll give you the area in the circle. Okay, can you all write that down if you've forgotten it? The area of the circle is pi times, what did we say?
Radius squared.
Excellent, the radius squared. Right,
I know.
there was another formula that you all forgot in the test the other day, which was to do with the circle. And if I just quickly draw a circle on here, what's the special name I give to the circle bit all the way round? Perimeter circumference. It means the same thing. It's the length all the way around the shape. Now, how would I work out the length using pi?
Pi times diameter.
Did you all hear that? Shout out.
Pi times diameter.
Excellent. So you would use...
What's the diameter?
Right. What's the diameter, Kyle? You drew it before.
The one with the line across the whole thing. That.
Yeah. Got it? Okay. So it's the line that goes right across. And so the formula would be pi times diameter. If you've not got that written down in your poster, can you write it down now? The perimeter or circumference is pi times diameter.
Hi, I'm Anna Price, and my focus was to look at questioning with a large Year 9 class in order to promote a personalised learning and really to look at high level thinking skills. an eye on your techniques when you're applying your newspaper, your collaging technique. What is important at this stage? We need to remember, guys.
Strip.
Thank you. Pardon. That's fine. That's fine. Perfect. No, that's fine. Should there be any gaps, guys?
No.
Okay, so why not? Why do we overlay? Girl, can we just listen 1 second, please? Hey, yeah. Sorry, why do we need to overlay? There are no gaps. Why is it important that there are no gaps? How does it impact on your work? How does it impact? Why does it matter that there are no gaps? Think about what we talked about at the start in terms of levelling. Okay, so we're going to ask this question again to Tilly. Why is it important there are no gaps? What impact does it have? Okay, good. So when I come to assess your work, what will I look for? Right, so it impacts on your level, guys, okay? You need to make sure you are overlaying. When you apply your inks, what did we say earlier in terms of line density? Why do we need to think about that? Different types of lines, well done. Different types of lines, well done. Different types of lines, thick, medium, thin, impact on your level, okay? If it's all even, all the same, you're not going to achieve the 6A, 7C, okay? Keep an eye on that. Overlaying your inks. When you're applying your inks, overlaying your colour, thinking about your line density, okay, when you're using your thin brush. Alright, guys.